Chapter 11, Reasonable Doubt. Hey look, this book is finally back! And Pixelberry pats themselves on the back, the morning after infiltrating the Hand of Mahara. You and Tristan sit in a holding cell surrounded by angry, hungover cultists with everyone's robes and masks removed. You recognize many of the New York's elite among them. I can't believe this. Half of these rich idiots will have their charges dropped by noon, and they're holding the people who expose them. Sounds like the criminal justice system, I know, and, well, find questionable at best. Luckily, you have rich idiot of your own to bail you out. Margaret should be on her way with the money I wired her. Good. I hate wasting time like this with the killer still out there. Hey, we may not have locked up the murderer, but we did out a bunch of rich idiots playing blackmail ring. So, I'd put that particular tally in the win column, wouldn't you? It's still hard to celebrate while the killer roams free. I know what you mean, but you deserve to allow yourself to feel pride and accomplishment before returning to your brooding. Besides, who knows, perhaps we did catch the killer. He could be locked up here, right beside it. Approaching. The footsteps interrupt Tristan's thought. You turn to see your former colleagues sauntering over, satisfied smirks on their faces. Fancy seeing you here, Rose. Didn't figure you for the, cult type. Always had a bit of a stick up your ass. But hey, I guess some people are into that kind of thing. Ah, yes, look at the big strong men taunting the people in the cage. How noble. Holbeck, Morris. You're not worth the air it would take to insult you. You always did think you were better than us. And I am. In fairness, she is better than you by any reasonable measure. I thought insulting us was a waste of breath. Maybe for Chloe, but there isn't much other entertainment around here, and I have breath to spare. Do you have any actual reason to be here, or are you just rubbernecking? You have visitors, let's go. You follow Morrison Hall back to a sparse interrogation room chamber, where Mafalda, Ruby, and Luke greet you with relieved smiles. You have no idea how wonderful it is to see the faces that don't belong to cultists or cops. Thanks for the save. That goes for today and the last 9. You guys really came through for us back there. You know, you're in jail right now, right? Yeah? Yeah, but I'll take jail over torn apart by a drug-out old mob any day. Whatever, you do the same for us. Why does he have like a chip on his shoulder? Plus, I had to make sure you're okay. I can't believe they actually arrested you. They don't really think Rose is in on it. This is just revenge because we didn't drop the Dormer case. It's the same petty political bullshit as always. They haven't retaliated against you 3 for your involvement, right? Nah, the brass seems to be happy with the scapegoating the famous prince and the rogue PI. I did get a stern talking to about inappropriate moonlighting, but my career means it remains intact. Good. I'd rain hell down on them if anyone else was hurt because of this. Why do I get the feeling you're planning to do that anyway? Because you know me too well, Luke. Still considering the caliber of New Yorkers in jail cells, I'd assume they plan to keep the case quiet. Probably. They did plan that, but appears the ship has already sailed. Ruby grabs a newspaper off the table and reads the top headline. NYPD bust ring related to heartache killer. Mayor Brigham says city very close to closing case. Of course he says that. Can have your mistress unsolved murder all over the papers during the election season. There's more. I was able to access the Hand of Mahara servers. And well, I've got hours of blackmail footage and audio logs on members. Anything on Sanja or Bethany? Just holes where their video files should be. I'm guessing they were deleted right after the murders. Figures. Add that to the list of open questions for our new friends. What about any files on Mayor Brigham? Nothing. I checked twice, given his connection to Bethany. But unless they have another server, he's not a member. Meanwhile, I was up all night helping the police swab cultist cheeks to run against our killer's blood sample. Samples are compiling now. We'll know soon if our guy's among them. Well, that's something. Have the families and lawyers shown up yet? A small army of them, and growing. The mayor's here too. No doubt pushing for the release of his favorite donors. Any sign of Margaret with our bail? Not yet, but you'll be the first to know. Alright then. If we have to stay locked up in here, we might as well make use of it. I want to know why Sonja and Bethany were targeted, and who deleted those videos. And I want to know what else Nick's been hiding from me. You might be in luck then. I put together some files on the two leaders. Nick, Bastian, and Annika Dishfandi. I bet those two are, revelatory. Care to take a look and see for yourself? There may be something in there that can give us an edge when we question them. Diamond choice. Read the dossiers. Good call. I'll take any edge I can get on those two. Well, where do you want to start? I guess we'll do Nick. Let's see what our friend Vusagas gets up to. Sip of water incoming. Luke fills up a file on his laptop, and you, Tristan, and Ruby all shoulder in around him. Known Associates, Mystery Writers of America, Theft Express, Dumber Crime Family, Family Author, 43 mystery novels. Wow, 26 bestsellers. Received a BA in Comparative Literature from the University of Rochester. Maintains multiple active profiles on the top 3 Nick Bastian fan sites. Blah, 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 blah. Got it. What else do we have? I guess it's not that surprising that a guy with fake accounts on his own fan sites would surround himself with sycophants. And then blackmail them so they can't criticize or abandon him. I can't believe my favorite author turned out to be such a creep. I mean, he does write about serial killers, so... And apparently has ties to the Irish mob. He got in with them while researching Rain Rising. I actually partied with some of them in the old days. Oh my god, I don't think about it. You two are friends, Tristan, I'm so sorry. That man is not my friend, regardless of whether he killed Sonja and Bethany. If he was hiding a secret like the Hand of Mahara, then I never really knew him. Tristan, that doesn't mean Nick never cared about you. Bad people can still have genuine friendships. Well, I was thinking that as an in, just saying. Maybe I could believe that if he hadn't lied so much, if he wasn't drugging people. A lot of those cultists were complicit with someone like Bethany, like Sonja. Look, I'm not making excuses for the guy, as far as I can tell. He deserves to rot in a prison cell. I'm just saying that doesn't mean it was all a lie. Maybe. Either way, he owes me a lot of answers. That's the point I was getting to. So, do you think Nick is really involved in the murders? If he is, he's not working alone. He's definitely not the masked man we saw at the Iverson ball. He couldn't have been. Agreed. There's part of me that still doesn't believe he's capable of murder. I hate to say it, but it's not too huge a leap from the crap he got up to with the hand. I'm interested. Nick's not our guy. I saw him in crisis mode, and, well, I definitely think he, don't think he was cut. Has a cut in him to cut someone's heart out. Maybe, but you can't deny he knows more than he's let on. I think the dossier can help us get the answers we need from him later. Alright, on to the next one. Load it up. I want to know if Devona has any more skeletons in her closet. Luke's fingers flit across the keyboard as he pulls up the file on his laptop, he'll in to read. Alright, known associates, National Alliance of Female Executives, the Dishfandi Foundation, Pharmaceutical Researchers of America, was 18th in Forbes magazine, received an MBA, minored in psych, makes regular donations to fine art museums. Nothing really. Not as scandalous as expected, you know, given that she's a cult leader. And a big farm exec. As far as I'm concerned, they're all corrupt. I agree. Yes, but she's a cult leader and a farm exec who took great pains to keep her reputation unimpeachable. There is something interesting here. She's a patron of the arts, specifically a donor to the Callaway Museum where Sonja died. You think it's relevant? I don't believe in coincidences. Another tie between her and the first victim. I'd say it's relevant. Leave no stone unturned, right? They were both at the Callaway fundraiser, both planning to attend the Iverson Bowl, and then there's the hand. Well, that seems to have a lot to chalk up in coincidence. Regardless, we won't get anything for sure until we talk to her later. Glance at the dossier one more time before Luke puts his laptop away. You turn to Luke and Ruby. Before they take us back to the cells, I wanted to check in with how you're holding up with the case. I know things are pretty intense before half the team was inducted into a cult and arrested. It's called Undercover. What are you saying, Rose? Just that I'd understand if you wanted to take a step back. Are you kidding? There's no way I'm dropping this now. We're putting this bastard behind bars, whoever he is. Hell, I'm good with anything that lets me put New York's most entitled in jail, even if it's just for a night. I know the question wasn't directed to me, but I also am in this to the end in case it wasn't clear. Okay, because I couldn't do this without you. I'm only brave enough to run towards this thing because I know you're all behind me. That's a nice thing to say, but we know you'd be doing it anyway. It's kind of why we stick around. So, is this the part where, as you Americans put it, hug it out? No, we're not hugging it out. Bastian opens his arm wide. You simply cock an eyebrow on him until he lowers them. Definitely not. Oh, you'll come around one of these days, I know it. Anyways, thanks for putting those dossiers together, Luke. You're killing it. Don't sweat it. I needed something to keep myself busy while Ruby was swabbing cheeks. So you're saying you were here at the station all night while Ruby worked? Here, at the police station? A place you hate? It was... I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds... sweet. It sounds sweet when you put it like that. Oh, yeah, sure, we can go with that. Well, we have everything we need here. Time to get some answers. As Holbeck and Morris escort you back to the holding cells, you catch sight of a flood of people being held at bay by a line of uniformed officers. Officer, can I get a quote about the arrest last night? Will the mayor be making a statement? Don't tell me to calm down. I want to talk to my client. Can someone point me to my idiot grandson? Mafalda wasn't kidding about the small army out there. A reporter catches sight of Tristan and points. The crowd surges forward as the officers struggle to keep them in line. Prince Tristan, are you in custody? Does your family know you're a member of a ritualistic cult? I'm not, but the thought of them hearing that sentence does bring me a measure of delight. Actually, since he wants to get back at his parents, What about our eminence, Anastasia? Anything to say? That's enough. The reporters continue to shout questions at your back as Holbeck and Morris usher you away. Imagine being in, oh boy. Back in the holding cell, you spot Nick hunched over a bench, rubbing his bandaged shoulder where Chet stabbed him. Annika sits nearby, studiously avoiding looking at him. Everything I did for him. This is how he treats me. Call it karma. Looks like they haven't managed to patch things up since last night. What a shame! They made such a charming couple of psychopaths. If they won't even talk to each other, they're probably not going to open up to us easily. Maybe that's it. Do you recall last night the way they aired their dirty laundry in front of everyone? If we can get them arguing, they might let something sensitive slip. You're suggesting we antagonize the people who drugged us, nearly got us trampled by a mom. How terrible! Tristan approached the two cult leaders. Tristan clenches his fists when Nick looks up at him. Tristan, I was thinking about last time we were in a cell together. You remember that? I do. I remember thinking I deserved to be there, that I dragged you down to my level. But time changes things. What do you want? Answers from you and your partner in crime here. And why would we give them to you? Because... you want the real killer caught as badly as we do. Not because you actually care about the victims, you just don't want the murders pinned on you. The mayor's eager to sweep the killings under the rug, and he just happens to have the perfect scapegoats in lockup. If you're really innocent, you have every reason in the world, Elvis prove it. Annika crosses her arms, her expression deadpan. It's not like any of this matters anyway. I'm not saying a thing without a lawyer present. We're not cops. Anything you say will not implicate you unless you're the killer. We don't care what other crimes you've committed. Screw it. I've written enough interrogation scenes to survive a few questions. Take your best shot. I don't suppose I can stop you from asking. That doesn't mean I have to answer. Okay. So tell me, which of you idiots deleted Sonja and Bethany's files? I don't know anything about that. The blackmail scheme was all Annika and her people. I think you meant to say Annika and her people were in charge of making sure no one went running to the police. And yet here we are. So tell me, what other stupid mistakes did you make while extorting our members? See, this got them fighting. I wouldn't be stupid enough to touch their files. Whoever deleted Sonja's video did it without my... She cuts herself off mid-sentence. Oh, now that is interesting. I didn't say anything about videos, just files. Well, like I said, it wasn't me. You know, I want to know how a farm exec and a best-selling author got in a cult game. The sycophants on Nick Bastian fan sites weren't enough. You love the praise, but couldn't handle the criticism. And to secure a more captive audience. Hey, you don't get where I am in life without being able to handle a little rejection. Oh, please, don't pretend you started a cult for the tax write-offs. You started it, Nick? I saw a Twitter thread going around about an old German cult. Thought it would be fun to recreate, you know, like blopping but naked. I started throwing parties, mass, drugs, OGs, you know, some chanting and some howled high German. Even then people started talking, everyone wanted in. So you started blackmailing members to keep their mouths shut. No! They came crawling to me, begging for a rescue. I kept it from blowing up in his face. I wanted to enjoy myself at the parties, figured I could dupe you into handling the logistics. And you made it entirely too easy, control freak that you are. Okay, so explain to me how your cult got involved with our killer's favorite party drug, glitter. A little Dracovian bird told us someone in the name of the Vosigus bought from him in a bulk. Any thoughts on that? The drug came from the rituals of the old cult, the Maharanians. It's part of it. Nova glitterol is derived from a plant, lunar nightshade. It grows in Dracovia, we're familiar. Well, the old German cult used to smoke lunar nightshade before the rituals. Can't do one without the other. You and Tristan look at each other. That's news to me. The Professor Guy Reese, I don't think he mentioned that ritual. He didn't. Though to be fair, we didn't ask. What about the whole true serum thing? Nick, I had no idea about that until I came along. It was my innovation that allowed us to maintain control of our more debauched members. Yes, you're a regular mistress of blackmail. Anyway, as far as I know, it's not part of the old rituals. We know Sonja and Bethany were both members. What can you tell us about them? Sonja was a nemesis to us. She joined about 6 months ago. I didn't trust that self-righteous little instigator as far as I could throw her. So much for not speaking ill of the dead. Sonja sought us out through Bethany. I was against letting her join, but, well, let's just say her trials proved her enthusiasm. So, you donating to the same museum Sonja died to is just a coincidence? You must be desperate to be grasping at straws like that. The simple truth is that we ran in the similar circles. Besides, I'm not the person with the art world connections who would have most reason to be upset with her. What's that supposed to mean? Hypothetically, she may have confessed to forging a Rembrandt to make rent. You're lying. Oh, please, if you believed her little innocent pixie artist act, you're fooling yourself. That one was a bomb thrower. Interesting. You said she, found you through Bethany. So Bethany joined first? She joined about a year and a half ago. Her alias was Andromeda. She got on my nerves. Everybody gets on your nerves. Meaning you hit on her and she turned you down, I suppose. Like a submissive. Not desperate. She was a climber, always trying way too hard. More Annika's camp than mine. That's more than a stretch. I barely knew the girl. If you want to know more, talk to Mammon. Yes, he's the idiot that stabbed me last night. Hedge fund twerp. Chet Masters? That's the one he and Bethany hung out, two sycophant bees in a pod. Before you can ask another question, you hear a familiar bark echo through the station. You turn to see Alice, her leash clutched in Margaret's hands. Hey, Scooby, what's up? Alice. She strains against leash, pulling Margaret towards the jail cell. Mafalda, Luke, and Ruby follow closely behind them. Special delivery for my miscreant brother and my favorite PI. You have no idea how happy I am to see you two. You kneel, reaching through the bars to scratch Alice behind the ears. Thank you for coming, Max. You're in luck today. I was tempted to leave you here another night as revenge for the media headache this is causing me. Well, then we're grateful for your mercy. Oh no, I would have come for you regardless, Chloe. Any chance we could do the bantery reunion thing somewhere else? This place makes me antsy. Margaret was saying that she can have your release expedited if you wish. With how many people they brought in last night, there's a backup in processing. They're giving folks in visitation while they wait to be released. Ruby looks towards Nick and Annika, and pulls you further away, speaking low so the others can't hear. Chloe, this could be your last chance to talk some to the other cultists. Right. Once they're out of here, they'll lawyer up, hole up, stay far away from the investigation as possible. Exactly. But I was thinking, what if you get tied up in the processing alongside them? We can look after Alice if Margaret can't stay. Can't we, girl? Our bravery and selflessness can't be overstated. As much as I want to leave, perhaps being stuck and locked up with our targets will make them more likely to talk. And possibly get some more answers. Diamond choice. Might as well take advantage of the captive audience while we have it. Alright, I'll get the bail process started, but not too quickly. Not long after, an officer returns your personal effects and escorts you into another interrogation room. This one full of tired, angry cultists, now without their robes or masks. You recognize Chet Masters among them, but are surprised to see Ruth Iverson and Kenneth Sinclair as well. Huh. I assume those two would have been drugged into oblivion and left in a ditch somewhere once they didn't make the cut. As did I, but this cult is turning out to be less insidious than I anticipated. Mostly it's just creepy. Let's talk to Chet first. Nick and Annika said he could give us more background on Bethany, but I also want to talk to Ruth Iverson. What could she have to offer? She wasn't even a member. I'd like to know how she found out about the hand. If the killer is someone outside the group, it could help us put us on a scent. In that case, we should talk to the man who was with her, to Kenneth St. Clair. Kenneth St. Clair. Good call. Politicians are always sketchy. My thoughts exactly. Alright, we'll start with the one we saw attempting murder. Chet looks up at you, interested as you walk over. His eyes immediately go wide with panic. Hey, you two were with the cops last night, weren't you? We were undercover. Well, I didn't do anything. I'm a victim here. We saw you stab Nick with a knife. His lawyers are going to have a field day with you. I bet they like you for the murder of Bethany Delgado, too. Whoa, no way you're pinning that on me. Right now, we have no reason not to believe it. The way we heard it, you and Bethany were close. No. I didn't even know her outside the hand. I showed her the ropes, that's all. Like I did with you guys. Then tell us about it. I'll cooperate, fine, but if I scratch your back, you'll scratch mine, right? I want to get out of here, pronto. Well, cooperating is in your best interest, but I can't make any promises. You take a seat at the table across from me, Tristan looming over your shoulder. You gesture for Chet to continue. You see, Bethany was like me, a people pleaser, always trying to make a good impression, until Nemesis joined. You mean Sonja? She joined because of Bethany. They were friends, like in real life. I think Sonja was trying to get her out. Are you telling me Sonja joined the Hand as a rescue mission? That's just a guess. Anyway, Bethany didn't want out. She was pissed. They had a big fight about it. What did they say during the fight? No clue, it wasn't there, but whatever it was, it scared the crap out of Bethany. After, it was like she was holding a bomb all the time. Then Sonja died, and Bethany felt bad. She started panicking, saying how she was gonna be next, and then she was, and... Holy crap, wait. What if I'm next? Are you next? Well, it's very possible. Damn it, I knew it. I gotta get a new identity. Change my name, I can't live like this. Buries his head in his hands, panicking. Tristan jumps in. Easy, you're not in danger here. You'll protect me? We could, as long as you're useful to us, that is. I can give you something. Tell me what you want to know, and I'm an open book. Did you have anything to do with some files getting deleted last night? No, definitely not. That's gotta be Annika's people. Some of them, were flushing pills and stuff, too. Good to know, thanks. You get up from your seat. Wait, so you guys are gonna help me out, right? With what authority? We're not cops. We're just concerned citizens. But... You ignore his protests, pulling Tristan to a discreet spot at the other side of the room. That was a clever trick, allowing him to believe we were with the police. It's tried and true. As long as we don't actually claim to be police, we're in the clear. That's just as well. However, I think we'll need a more direct method for Ruth. You make your way over to Ruth, Tristan on your heels. I have absolutely no interest in talking to you people. Oh, but we were such good friends at the party. Go to hell. Honestly, Ruth, we were shocked to see you in here, giving out the trials when... Yeah. Shouldn't someone as rich as you be walking free by now? Emphatically yes, but even someone with my resources has to deal with some level of bureaucracy. How sad for you. Tristan takes a seat opposite Ruth. He staples his hands on the table. Ruth, I'll be frank. I've never liked you. I think you're a sniveling busybody and you need to be liked. Smacks of insecurity. Ruth scoffs, indignant. She refuses to look at Tristan. But I don't think you're a bad person. We're trying to stop a serial killer and we need your help, so help us. Even if I knew anything, I wouldn't tell you. This is partially your fault. Ruth, listen. We can help fix your image. How? That's all she cares about. Maybe a certain international celebrity can put in a good word with the Times. Not good enough. I want Tristan to take full responsibility for my presence at the party last night. You'll tell the Times and anyone who will listen that you invited me. I had no idea what I was getting into. As long as it doesn't involve lying to the police, I can make it happen. But you'll need to give us something useful. Fine, what do you want to know? I want to know how you discovered the Hand. Oh, everyone in the upper crust knew about them. I didn't. Well, duh, before my ball, you couldn't even be on the scene in months. So, what's changed since Tristan was around? The rumor mill's been working overtime. There's always been whisperings about the Hand, but lately everyone has been talking about them. You know, I heard so-and-so is involved in a cult. It was positively scandalous. Yeah, if it was so scandalous, why did you and Kenneth try to join them? The prestige, of course. Look around you, every member, anyone was a member. As for Kenneth, you'll have to ask him, and while you're at it, ask him about Sonja. What's that supposed to mean? Ask him yourself. I'm done doing your legwork. And now, well, I'm happy we could have this little chat. My lawyer's here. Ruth abruptly heads for the door. You glance at Tristan, then nod towards Kenneth. He follows you over. Hey, Kenneth. I wanted to officially introduce myself. I'm Chloe Rose, private detective. My campaign manager told me not to talk to anyone. I've gotta admit, that's a new one. Usually people get the kind of advice from their lawyers. Look, whatever this is, I'm not the guy. I'm just trying to keep my head down so this doesn't blow up on my Senate's run. Come now, drop the act. Ruth already told us you knew Sonja. Let's start there. What are you talking about? I don't know any Sonja. Kenneth looks from you to Tristan as bafflement, seemingly genuine. Politicians like to squirm, but I don't know. Please forgive my partner. He finds you inherently distrustful. I don't know why. Probably a pheromone thing. As for me, I think you're a silver spoon doofus who's completely useless to us. I am. I am absolutely useless. Answer me one question, then, and we'll wrap this up. Do you know anything of relevance to the murders of Bethany Delgado or Sanja Dormer? No, The brow furrows for a second. I knew it. All right, we need to let an officer know they have a person of interest. No, please. It was one campaign event. What event? My website. Check the website. There's a photo of the blog from last November. No, December. You pull out your phone and scroll through Kenneth's campaign website, flicking through the images until Kenneth and Sanja. What's the story here? How did you know Sanja? I didn't. She was just a campaign volunteer. I think we spoke for all of 5 seconds. So how did she end up getting a solo photo op with the man of the hour? It wasn't just her. I took a photo with every volunteer as a thank you. Keep scrolling and you'll see. I'll take a polygraph or whatever you want. I didn't do anything. You continue through the website and find other photos with Kenneth, with other campaign workers, each in the same pose as Sanja's. Looks like he may be telling the truth. What do you think, Tristan? I believe him. He's just a walking trust fund scared of a little scandal will ruin his political career, and he's probably right. Kenneth hangs his head as you walk away, finding a private spot to talk with Tristan. So, Sanja was trying to bring down the organization that snared her friend, and somehow they got both of them killed. Yeah, but what exactly was her plan inside the New Hand, or Kenneth's political campaign for that matter? Perhaps that's an answer for Ruby. That can answer for us whenever she has the DNA results. Just then an officer enters the room. She looks at you and Tristan. Rosethorn, come with me. You're both free to go. After you finish your processing paperwork, you pass through the station's bullpen, where an army of lawyers and family members are still in uproar. What the hell are you people playing at? Nick Bastian is a model citizen. Chet, are you there? Oh, Jesus. A whistle cuts through a din as Captain Thompson steps out of her office. Alright, people, this way. We'll get you processed downstairs, and then you can yell at us all you like. Thompson's eyes narrow as they fall on you. And you, my office, 2 minutes, or I'll book you on obstruction charges. Oh, listen, I'm a free citizen. You can't book me for shit. As Thompson and the crowd pass by, a familiar figure lingers behind a child. Well, if it isn't my favorite Cordonian noble. Yeah, I wonder how Cordonia's handling this whole Anastasia thing, you know. Like, who the hell's Anastasia? I guess we're not gonna cover that. Private detective, I'm afraid. Got me fooled. Tristan, lovely to see you again. How's Margaret? Upset with me per usual. You're in a chipper mood. On the contrary, I'm furious at my dumbest offspring's dumbest offspring. I suppose we'll try a Senate run again in a few years. She rolls her eyes, producing a small metal flask from her purse and unscrewing the cap. Pardon my terrible manners. Would you care for some gin? I'm gonna decline. Thanks, but I want a clear head when I talk to Captain Thompson. Suit yourself. She takes a long drink from the flask. Eleanor, your grandson Kenneth showed us an interesting photo. I'm not sure if I want to hear this. There's no leopard print involved, is there? Oh god, something worse. Is that possible? Actually, it's a campaign photo. It includes one of his victims, or our victims, and Kenneth. You pull out your phone and show Eleanor the image. She squints, though her eyes cloudy with old age, and cocks an eyebrow. I'll be damned. It's the first one, isn't it? What's her name? Sanja. Did you know her? Not personally. Kenneth's campaign of hundreds of these people. College kids mostly. I can't stand to interact with them. Any chance we could speak to some of them? Maybe get a look at some records?
You don't think someone involved with the campaign? No, what am I saying? Of course, you can't tell me that. I could be in on it. Well, all those campaign types are secret a bunch, but I'll see what I can do.
Thanks for your help. Eleanor takes her leave as Captain Thorne returns and beckons you into her office. Time to face the music, Rose. Oh, time to face my foot up your ass. You and Tristan head inside to find Mafalda and Mayor Brigham already waiting. Oh no. Appreciate you arranging this meeting, Captain Thompson. Brigham's expression sours as he turns to you and Tristan. Speak of the devil, if it isn't the dogs who crapped on my rug. Listen, and you know what? Not just did I crap on your rug, but I drug my ass across that whole entire thing. You're gonna have it replaced. It's alright, appreciate if you didn't speak to my detective like that. Mr. Mayor, care to tell us what this is all about? It's about you meddling in a case you were explicitly forbidden from touching, and it stops now. We just made a huge breakthrough and you're telling us to stop? What you made is a media shitstorm that will take months to clean up. Is that how long it takes to clean up your rug? Should get better cleaners. Seriously, what is your problem? The agency has never had an issue with the city hall before. Why are you jamming us up? I know how hard it is for you to separate work and your personal life, but our department isn't that petty. This is just business. Oh, is that what it is? Business as usual for the mayor to personally shut down a PI case. Get off your soapbox, Mafalda. I don't like it any more than you do, but we warned you. There are other powers at play here. Then I guess we might as well let the circus downstairs run the place. You want me to get them some of them? Have them join us in here. They're not the ones at risk. Keep pursuing this, we'll shut you down. We already have enough to charge these two with obstruction. I suppose I'll just have to contribute to Mayor Brigham's campaign, seeing as you two don't arrest donors. And what will you do when we suspend Rose's PI license? Captain Thompson, Mayor Brigham, think about what you're doing. Do you know why serial killers were so hard to catch before the 90s? It's because agencies didn't cooperate. Yeah, thanks for the history lesson. Yep, and there's actively about 60 of them in America alone right now. So, you know, hey. And we still don't cooperate well with other agencies. We still don't to this day. It's still a... Oh, I could use the word. It's where roosters fight. There we go. I had to find a way. It's colorful. YouTube won't do anything to it. If you don't like history, perhaps politics are more your speed. How would you like a pile of corpses on the ticket? If you knew anything about politics, you know you don't even get on the ticket if you go around arresting people like Ruth Iverson. It amazes me the lengths she'll go to so no one finds out you were sleeping with one of the victims. What the hell did you just... Right, I've heard enough. Tristan turns and strides for the door. Whoa, where are you going? To have a word with the press. Uh-oh. By the time you get outside, Tristan is already clapping his hands above the crowd of reporters. Oh no. Yeah, no, this isn't gonna go well. Right, everyone gather around. The hot exiled prince with an exciting newsworthy announcement to make. For the love of God, would someone shut him up? Mayor Brigham looks to you, dread rising behind his eyes. You take Tristan's elbow and speak low in his ear. Hey, Tristan, break a leg. Tristan grins at the mayor and then turns back to the crowd. Be reasonable here, Rose. Think about the case. You just wanted her off the case. You wanted this to be swept under your pretty little rug that you wanted to have cleaned up and not smudged with my poop. Haven't you heard? It's not my case anymore. An array of cameras and microphones aimed directly at Tristan's face as he clears his throat. There's been a great deal of speculation about my involvement in the investigation of the heartache killer business. I'm here to tell you it's true. I've been assisting with the investigation, but as a few minutes ago, my participation has officially ended. In fact, the Genevosi Detective Agency has been summarily forbidden from proceeding with the case. Reporters are quiet as they lean in. Mayor Brigham sweats bullets beside him. Your mayor has deemed it too delicate an investigation, presumably since the suspects include his campaign donors. Oh, and did I mention the best part? He was having an affair with one of the victims, Bethany Delgado. The air explodes with shouted questions. Tristan throws you a nod and then heads off down the steps as the crowd converges on the mayor, who looks nauseous. Mayor Bricken, what did you have to say about these allegations? I'm not even going to dignify. So you're refusing to deny it? No comment, I said no comment. Beside you, Mafalda turns away from the reporters to hide a smirk. A landed with Thorn, he sure knows how to make an exit. Ah, he certainly does. Later that afternoon, you finally arrive home at the drunk tank, Alice's leash in hand. Hey, Uncle Tommy. Sorry I would have called last night, but I'm just glad you're here and safe, Chloe. Uncle Tommy hugged you tightly before you take a seat at the bar, and let out a heavy sigh. Alice leans against your leg, whining softly. I'll be okay, girl. It's just... I feel like I failed him. Sanjay and Bethany, and whoever's next. Hell with that. You did your job. I would tell you about the Blackowitz case. It doesn't ring a bell. Well, triple homicide. Husband and 2 kids. Everybody blamed the wife, but your dad knew she didn't do it. Felt it in here. Tommy thumps a fist against his gut. Time goes by, he hasn't closed the case, so the brass start pressuring him. Eventually they take him off the case. The next guy they put on the case arrested the wife. Prosecutor went for a life sentence. Grand jury convicted. How's that supposed to make me feel better? Because 6 months after they locked the cell, the real killer got caught assaulting a deli owner. The wife got cleared on a DNA match old man found. His legwork solved it, even if he didn't know it at the time. Yeah. How did Dad feel about it? He spray painted "Told You So" in the captain's office while only got suspended for 2 weeks. Sounds like Dad, all right. Uncle Tommy reaches over the bar and pats your arm. All I'm saying is, it's not over till it's over. You know I'm proud of you, right? Why, for getting thrown off the case? Yeah, but by the mayor. That's an accomplishment. Highest I ever managed was a county alderman. You give a grudging chuckle and turn on the sound of the front door opening. Of all the gin joints in all the world. Oh, this is one where I live? Hey, Tristan. Sorry about the case. No, it's alright. Nice to have my preconceptions validated from time to time. Growing as a person is so taxing. It's true. Uncle Tommy chuckles and raps the bar, turning to go. I'll leave your kids too. I have some kegs to unload out back. Uncle Tommy heads outside. Tristan joins you at the bar, Alice between you. Oh, so how are you feeling? I'm sad. This isn't how the system should work. That's why I left the force. I couldn't be a part of it anymore, you? I've cooled off a little, mostly because I have no intention of doing as I'm told. Do you ever? On occasion, though usually a safe word is involved. Things are going to be harder without the agency's resources. Then I guess I'll just have to be terribly clever, won't I? It's a setback, not the end, nose to the grindstone until we find a new lead and all that. Let's just hope one pops up before the next victim. Tristan sighs and straightens up suddenly and gives you a firm thump on the back. What do you say we take a walk? I could use a change of scenery. I don't know. I was thinking to turn in early, get a head start on whatever new case I'll be picking up. Come on. You've been burning the candle at both ends for a while now. Take a break with me. Pot, meet kettle. Everything I've been through, you were right there. We've both earned a moment's respite. I say we take a stroll through Central Park. I could use some greasy street food. Oh, you do know the way to a woman's heart. Literally and figuratively. Yours anyway. What do you think, Alice? Roof. Yep, sounds like a yes to me, Chloe. Diamond choice. Go on a walk with Tristan. Alright, You drive a hard bargain, your highness. I'm in. A short walk later, the two of you stroll through Central Park, enjoying the brisk autumn air. Even though the leaves aren't changed. Nearby dog owners and their companions stroll the grass. Not a leash to be found. Alice wags her tail, hopefully. I thought dogs were only allowed off-leash after dark. I think this is a dog run. We're good here. Christian kneels, and he and Alice regard one another curiously. What do you think, girl? Can we trust you? Roof. He unhooks the leash from her collar. Alice shakes loose, bouncing happily. You like that, girl? Roof. Alice falls in a step as the two of you continue on, detouring occasionally to chase a bird or sniff something. So, am I right to assume that taking a break doesn't involve talking about the case? Well, that would be the general premise, yes. You nod, continuing in comfortable silence for a few minutes. You draw in a deep breath of crisp air. I can't remember the last time I just went for a walk without being on my way to question or tail someone. I should really try and make it down here more often myself. I do so love the foliage. It almost makes me want to start running again. I hate running, I'm serious. I wasn't aware you were a runner. It's more of an on-again, off-again hobby. Mostly off. How about you? Do I jog? Do you have any hobbies? I spent the other night arguing with a contractor over antique manhole covers. Does that count? Not even close. Damn! Well, tell me, Tristan. What do you do for fun? He stuffs his hands in his pockets, studying the sky. I do like to fence. I should join a club again. Oh, and I used to race motocross way back when. You what? I'm sorry, dirt bikes? Like in the mud? More like street racing, but yes, it's huge in Dracovia. Like football for Brits, I used to compete a little. Now, that's something I'd have to see to believe. Why, a mouth-watering aroma fills the air as you approach a lane of street food vendors. You breathe deep, the smell of sizzling meat mingling with taco cheese, kimchi, tandoori spices, and more. Alice whines with desire. Oh. Same, Alice. That smells amazing. There are more options than I remember. Whatever happened to a good old-fashioned bagel? Ew, no, stop it. You're such a typical tourist. I've lived here for 8 years, thank you very much. And that makes you an authority on local cuisine? Look, the woman is putting wasabi on hers. You cannot stand there and tell me wasabi on a bagel is authentic. I believe the traditional response is, screw you, pal, I do what I want. I see, it's about being cool then, as in, real New Yorkers are blahs about everything. Technically, yes. Whatever, your highness. Get what you want. We don't have to get the same thing. No, you pick, please. By all means, school me. You walk up to the bagel cart where the vendor watches over an industrial toaster. Hello, what can I get you? Hey, Tack, this is where you are. This is where you retired after shipwrecked. Order 2 bagels. Any toppings with that? Oh, that would be up to the real New Yorker to decide. You're enjoying this way too much. Impossible. Just know that I'm judging what you choose. Roll your eyes and face the vendor. We'll take wasabi schmear, avocado, and a fried egg. Plain cream cheese. So, plain cream cheese isn't bad. Avocado and a fried egg? You know what? I'll do anything once. Oh, you're one of those breakfast for every meal day people. I mean, sometimes, maybe, you know? Would that offend your refined sensibilities? If you think I have refined sensibilities, you should be my family. They would demand a full medical workup after discovering their food had been in a truck in the park. Your family's missing out. So the vendor hands you over your food. You find some benches and sit down to eat. Alice wags her tail, gazing up at you with pleading eyes. Look at her, trying to make you believe she doesn't eat 3 squares a day. Pretty much. Yeah, but are they doughy and smothered in toppings?
Oh.
Wagged her tail faster at the attention, a long drip of drool hanging from her jowls. I think you've earned a little treat. Ruff! She licks her chops as you tear off a piece of your bagel and devour it as soon as you hold it out to her. And then she'll want another piece and another piece, and if you hadn't done it, I would've. Alice momentarily sated you and Tristan. Dogs are sated. You and Tristan start eating, chatting between mouthfuls. It's maybe the best breakfast bagel I've ever tasted.
That sounds like you admitted I was right.
It wasn't, but this is. You were right. There are other bagels worthy of my occasional notice.
Do they not have bagels in Dracovia?
Most definitely not. Dracovian cuisine is entirely fanfare. It thrives on complexity.
Really?
There are a few exceptions, naturally, but very few. It isn't Dracovian if it's easy to make.
Nearby, a group of buskers set up and begin to play a slow jazz song.
Did you ever miss it? It's not worth thinking about.
So, yes.
Sometimes. As you finish your food, Tristan wads up the paper and looks around the park. We have a place like this in Drekos, the People's Garden. I used to get the ability there is a child.
Belody?
It's a Dracovian dessert. A bit like a scone, but sort of melty Cadbury egg in the middle, topped with a dusting of sugar.
That actually sounds good. Sounds delicious.
He sighs wistfully. They are, but I've never found them anywhere else. No sense brooding over it.
You know what? I disagree.
Go hop to your feet. What are you doing?
I'm gonna get you that dessert. If it exists, we can find it in New York. You're just not looking hard enough.
I've just told you I have looked.
Yes, but I'm a detective.
He laughs, scratching Alice behind the ears. She's relentless, isn't she, girl? Roof. Alright then, let's hear it. What's your big plan?
I'll ask the vendors.
Oh, this should be good.
You make your way back to the food stands. Excuse me, how long have you been serving food around here?
A couple years. Why?
Ever seen any Dracovian vendors? I'm trying to find my friend here a pastry he likes. There is one guy. He doesn't come around the park anymore, but he's got a truck usually over by the falafel place on 82nd.
Wait, what, really?
Follow me.
Well, it's like me for Native American food, right? Like, there used to be a place that had, like, the bread, right? And then they no longer, do it. And so I found out there's, like, a Native American place that's only open during the summer. And they make real, like, authentic Native American bread. Because it's Native Americans who apparently have found a place in my state, which is normally, like, abnormal. And, yeah, I plan to try it this year, finally. Kind of like a bucket list thing. The sun sinks below the horizon as you walk towards an office park a few streets over. Okay, it should be somewhere around here. All I see is a taco truck. Well, go talk to the taco truck then. Step into the window of the small red-green vehicle. Inside, the cook cocks his head your way. Excuse me, we're looking for a Dracovian guy that sells Bellotti around here? Never seen him. Right. Your accent says otherwise. What are you, a cop? Go away, I don't. Wait, you're Prince Tristan. What the hell? You want some Belladolly? More than anything in the world. Sure thing, no problem. I'll make it right now. No charge. Listen, you mind if I get a selfie real quick? You actually want to? What, of course, you're an Exalia. I am too. I don't trust nothing no government says. We stick together, you know? Yes, of course, thank you, but I insist on paying. A few minutes later, and a selfie later, the man hands you a plate of steaming pastries through the window. Oh, this look good. Soon you're enjoying your dessert on a quiet stoop. As Tristan finishes the last bite, he gives a long, contented sigh. Incredible. It's just like I remember. Thank you, Chloe, sincerely. I should be thanking you. I think I just found my new favorite food. You look over at Tristan and notice a dab of chocolate in the corner of his mouth, and you chuckle. You got a little something, right? Where? You try to gesture, but Tristan keeps missing the chocolate on his face. Use my thumb. You're hopeless. Allow me. You slide closer to him and then run your thumb over the curve of his lip and clean the chocolate. That's why I keep you around, to give me more hope. You let your hand linger against his cheek. Tristan turns his head and kisses the inside of your palm. Tristan, you close your eyes, letting yourself bask in the warmth of his lips against your skin for a moment. But he pulls back all too soon. He kisses your knuckles for a fleeting second, then places your hand back in your lap. My apologies, I didn't mean to... I never said I minded. He smiles, and then his eyes soften sadly. I'm gonna miss this. Miss what? Spending time with you, working the case with you. It's the most alive and normal I've ever felt since I left Drakovia. Now that the case has been taken away, that's gone too. Oh, I guess I hadn't thought about that. But you're not planning on dropping it, right? No, but with Geneviese's orders no longer in effect, there's nothing forcing you to work with me. Well, sure, but... It's alright. I know this arrangement was never your choice. Tristan, I thought the truth serum would have made it clear that my feelings have changed. We've been through a lot together, and you had my back all through it. You're my partner. No matter what case we're working. God, that's a relief to hear. So, this mess, has it made you want to run screaming into the opposite direction? It just so happens that I enjoy a little chaos. You know, I would make excellent bait for an adultery case. I've been told I'm irresistible. Right, people are just naturally drawn to your humility. You said it, not me. Well, it's getting pretty late, and I think my sleep dad is going to collections. I should get home. Of course. Good night, Chloe. And you too, Alice. He bends to give her a goodbye scratch behind the ears. Night. The next morning, you enter the agency to see Ruby standing with her arms crossed, grouchily watching Luke archive his computer files. I don't think I've ever seen you look so grumpy. It's like watching somebody kidnap my baby, and the kidnapper expects me to babysit. What? Speaking of which, and don't take this the wrong way, why are you still here, Ruby? We're off the case. Well, I wanted to inform you about the DNA results. Not a single match from the call. Whoever the murderer is, we haven't caught him yet. I thought you might be interested to hear that. You know, just in case you decided to go full vigilante on us, Chloe. Which, I mean, are you? We all kind of want to know. No, I'm playing that one close to the chest. Before you respond, Mafalda exits her office and joins you in the main room. I was wondering if you'd even show up today. I thought you might have quit. This place can't get rid of me that easily. I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. I did everything I could to stop it. I know, boss. Revenge pact? Sure. My no-nos into that old Sicilian folk magic. We could sick the evil eye on Brigham. Is hexing the mayor legal? We don't talk about such things. Only if you don't get caught. So, we've had a few potential clients come in since the Dormer case, but I put them on the back burner for obvious reasons. More adulterers and runaways, I take it? More or less. Luke can show you the client pool. Mafalda Brenner returns to her office as Luke brings up the folder on his computer. Ruby sits on the edge of the desk watching curiously. And what do we got? Well, the usual. Cheating fiancés, a few missing persons, insurance fraud. Pick your poison. Luke flicks through a few case files, and then a face you recognize flashes on the screen. Professor Reese. Wait. Well, that's the professor from the college. Reese, Tristan, and I talked to him. What's he doing in a case file? Says here he's been missed a bunch of lectures and nobody's seen him since the 23rd. what's with people sending missing cases or persons cases to PIs? Don't the police have a whole department for that? Yeah, and they're so backlogged it's not even funny, because they usually have like 1, maybe 2 people working on them, and that's in major metropolitan cities like mine. The client is his employer. They say the police aren't taking it seriously since he's been known to go impromptu sabbaticals. You pull out your phone and fire off a text to Tristan. What is it? He went missing on the 23rd, while Tristan and I visited him the day before. So either that's the world's biggest coincidence, or we're looking at victim number 3. No surprise there. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below, links to social media, Discord, if you like to support me and my content. Without further ado, that was actually longer than Wake the Dead today. Just saying. And that was with my 5-minute speech at the end of the video, which, if you haven't watched that, you should go check that out. I'm not going to do it here, too. So, thanks again for watching. Love your beautiful faces. You know what to do. Please make sure to subscribe if you aren't already. You have nothing to lose. There is 3,600 videos on this channel. You have years of content to watch. If you are new to Choices, you have years of content to watch, literally and figuratively. If you are done with Choices and you're like, yo, listen, I've watched all of your Choices videos, what else you got? We've got chapters, we've got tons of gaming videos, we've got tons of reviews, we've got tons of everything. There are tons of videos, trust me when I say this, okay? Like, I have been a variety content creator and putting a lot of work into this channel. This is my baby, this is my community, this is my legacy, okay? So, it means a lot to me. Thanks for watching. Peace out.